Yo, what is up, guys? In this video, I want to talk about exactly how I beat my Indian genetics. And I used to be pretty out of shape. I used to be skinny fat. I used to be exhausted all the time. I had very little muscle on my frame. And I kind of always had this like belly and this love handle situation that I couldn't get rid of. And I'll put a picture here of what I used to look like. And then this is what I used to look, or what I look like now. And for the longest time, I thought I was fucked, quite frankly. Like, I just thought I had shitty genetics. I thought that I'm doing everything right, but because of my Indian and South Asian genetics, I'll never get into the shape that I want. Getting toned, getting lean just isn't for me. And I eventually kind of like surrendered to that. And that was a pretty low point in my life because I kind of just gave up. I stopped going to the gym as much as I used to, and things weren't really looking that great for me for a while. But eventually, I obviously figured it out because here I am. I quit my job as an engineer, decided to do this full time. So in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what I did from point A to point B so that you can do the same. And the first thing I want to say for my fellow Indian or South Asian people watching this is we are at a genetic disadvantage. That is not just like pseudoscience. It's not bullshit. There is truth to it. And I'll give you the really quick explanation as to why. So pretty much our ancestors starved a lot in the past due to famine because of crazy climate conditions that messed up all our crops. So we starved as a result because we didn't have anything to eat. And when you're starving, you tend to hold more fat in your belly and your love handles area because it's easier to get energy from there. So when we have fat in our hips, our thighs, our butt, it's harder to get energy from there. So holding it in our belly and our love handle is more advantageous from an energy perspective. So that's the first thing. The second thing is we as Indian or South Asian people tend to have less muscle mass. Why do we have less muscle mass? Because muscle is metabolically or calorically rather expensive, meaning it costs a lot of calories to keep muscle on your body. Like your body doesn't want to have muscle. So when you're starving in India in freaking however long ago, you don't want to have any muscle and you want to hold fat in your belly or love handle area. So today, that's why a lot of Indian people are stuck with these like skinny, frail arms and then a bunch of belly fat right here, right? It's like the Indian uncle kind of physique. So that's what I had. That's what I was stuck with. And I thought, that, oh, this is just something I'll deal with forever. But that was not the case. And I figured out the exact way to reverse this situation and get to a toned and lean physique. And there's three things. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to eat more calories. And this is for everyone too. This is not just for Indian or South Asian people. It's just especially for Indian and South Asian people because we have a genetic disadvantage. But this is if you're white, if you're black, if you're Hispanic, whatever it is, this is for everyone, but it is especially pertinent if you are South Asian. So with that being said, the first thing is eat more calories. So often for a living, I talk to people who are unable to get into the shape of their dreams. And the number one common denominator they all have, without a doubt, is they all eat too little. Everyone thinks, oh, I eat too much, I binge on the weekends, I snack all the time. Not true. If you were to actually track your calories, you're gonna find that you eat very little. And why is that a problem, right? You're probably saying, hey, dumbass, you have to eat less to lose more weight. Weight loss is calories in versus calories out. You're right, but let me explain something to you. When you're eating very little, what happens is your body goes into starvation mode. And what I mean by that is it starts holding on to the fat because it doesn't know the next time you're going to get food. And this is exactly why your metabolism is so much lower because your metabolism is in scarcity mode. It's saying, holy crap, I don't know the next time I'm going to get food. I'm not going to burn any calories. So you could be eating 1,200 calories a day, which is like essentially nothing, but you're still gaining weight. Why? Because your metabolism is so low. So what's the bottleneck here then, right? It's the metabolism. You need to increase your metabolism. How do we do that? By eating more calories. And this is exactly what I did. When I was skinny fat, I was eating like 1,500 calories a day. I'm like, why the fuck am I not losing weight? I barely eat. Today, in the shape that I'm in now, I'd like to think I'm in pretty decent shape. I eat 3,000 calories a day. And it's not like I move around all the time. Like I fucking work 10 hours a day. It's like I pretty much work a desk job. So it's not like I have all this crazy movement going on. It's because I eat enough that my metabolism is stimulated. So what you need to do is you need to eat more calories. How many more calories? I'm going to tell you exactly how many. So you want to find out how many calories you're eating right now. So track your food intake for a week straight on like MyFitnessPal. Just download that app. And let's say after a week, it turns out on average you eat 1,300 calories a day. From this point on, every week you're going to increase your calorie intake by 50. So week 1, you're eating 1,300, week 2, 1,350, week 3, 1,400, I fucked up the week. You get what I'm saying? 50 increments of 50. And what's going to happen is your metabolism is going to increase while you do that. Because you might be thinking, Z, I'm eating more food. I'm going to gain weight, aren't I? No, not the case. Because when you're eating 1,300 calories and you're burning 1,300 calories, your weight is staying, right? Then you eat 1,350, but you burn 1,400 because your metabolism is increasing because it's sensing more food and you're doing it gradually. You eat 1,400, you're burning 1,500. You eat 1,450, you're burning 1,600. Your metabolism is outpacing the amount of calories that you're eating. So that's the first thing you need to do is you need to eat more calories. The second thing you need to do is you need to eat more protein. Our muscles are literally made of protein. So if you are not eating at least 0.7 grams to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, you are leaving a lot of muscle on the table. So what does that mean? Let's say you weigh 150 pounds, for example. Sorry for people in Europe or whatever that use kgs, but just for United States or whatever, is it metric system? I don't know. It's freaking 10 o'clock. It's late here. I can't think. But if you weigh yourself in pounds, 150 pounds, for example, you should eat 105 grams of protein up to 150 grams of protein a day. And this is very, very, very important for building muscle. Like you are leaving muscle on the table if you're not eating this amount of protein. And here's the thing. You might think, yeah, Z, that's cool, but I don't want to eat that much protein because I don't want to get bulky. No, wrong. Wrong way to think about it. If you eat more protein, yes, you will get more muscular, but in getting more muscular, you will also burn more fat because the more muscle we have on our body, the more fat we burn, the more calories we burn. So the more muscle, the better. So number 1, eat a lot of calories. Number 2, eat a lot of protein, 0.7 grams per pound of body weight. Start with that number and work your way up to 1 gram per pound of body weight. Now, the third thing is you have to weight lift. There is no way around this. You have to weight lift or do some sort of resistance training. So what resistance training is going through a movement and adding an external form of resistance. So if you do push-ups, that's resistance training because your body weight is the resistance. If you do pull-ups, that's still resistance because your body weight is resistance when you're pulling up. If you do a dumbbell curl, that's the best form of resistance because it's a weight that you can increase. You could do 10 pounds one week, 15 pounds the next week, 20 pounds the week after. But you have to weight lift. I see so many people make the mistake of, doing these Pilates workouts or cardio. That's never going to build muscle, burn fat, or get you toned. You are wasting your time and wasting your effort. And quite frankly, like those things are way harder than weightlifting. Weightlifting is simple. You could get absolutely ripped on 3 days a week of weightlifting. I take it back. Not could, you will get ripped on 3 days of weightlifting. I built my physique from the skinny fat picture you saw before to me today on 3 days of full body weightlifting. So I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do. And I'm going to have a sample program linked in the description as well, so you know what kind of workout program to use. But you're going to do 3 days of full body weightlifting. What is full body weightlifting? On Monday, for example, you're going to do a shoulder workout, a bicep workout, a tricep workout, a chest workout, a leg workout, and a back workout. On Wednesday, so you're going to take Tuesday off, you're going to do the same thing, a shoulder, tricep, bicep, chest, whatever. You're going to take Thursday off, and then Friday, you're going to do the same thing, a shoulder, a tricep, a bicep, a leg, chest. That's it. 3 days a week, full body weightlifting. Each muscle gets hit 3 times a week. That is so much better than even like, a lot of people do bro splits. So they say, I'm going to do a chest day. That's stupid because if you do a chest day, you're hitting chest on Monday. Your chest is fully recovered by Wednesday, but you have to wait all the way until next Monday to hit your chest again. So you're leaving a lot of gains on the table if you do that. So full body weightlifting 3 days a week, paired with eating more calories and eating more protein, you will absolutely get in the best shape of your life. This is for men, this is for women, this is for Indian people, South Asian people, white people, black people, Hispanic, it doesn't matter. Like at the end of the day, our bodies all respond the exact same to stimulus. What is that stimulus? The food that we put into our body and the exertion that we put our muscles through. So as long as you are stimulating your muscles with weightlifting and going close to failure, and then when your muscles inevitably break down from that stimulation, you feed the protein and calories into that muscle, growth is inevitable. So those are my 3 tips, not even tips, those are my 3 secrets that I use to get into the shape that I am in today. And this is what I help all of my clients do in the Prime Coaching Program. Because at the end of the day, I say this all the time, but all this information's online for free, right? I give it away on my YouTube. I give it away on my Instagram. It's on ChatGPT. Every other fitness influencer or coach gives this information away as well, but it's still impossible to follow, right? It's so hard to follow. And why is that? Because it's not an information problem that you're having. It's an execution problem. The problem is, how the fuck do I actually do this on a day-to-day basis? Like, sure, Z, like weightlift, eat protein, but like how much? Like, how do I stay motivated when I'm busy? How do I fit this into my schedule? How do I do this when I'm traveling? That's what we aim to solve in coaching. And that's why we see so many great results in coaching. We have transformed over 150 people's lives. Like, go look at my Instagram account. There are so many transformations on there, so many testimonials of people raving about how awesome it's been. And here's the thing, like, if you're watching this, you are probably a very capable individual. Like, most of the people we work with are busy professionals, excuse me, mostly in healthcare. So like psychiatrists, nurses, doctors. We work with a lot of engineers, accountants. Like, you guys are smart people. There's a lot more dumber people who have muscles and who are lean and toned than you. Like, it's not an intelligence problem. It's just that you've never had your hand held and you've never had someone just show you the way. So that's what we do with coaching. You can book a free call with me down below in the link if that's something that's of interest to you. But I hope this helped. I hope you take my tips and use them. And yeah, have a good one. Peace.